Hey, what's going on everyone? Axel here. In this video, I'm going to be playing a simple internet game called Would You Rather. In this game, you have to select between two options, and as you answer each question, you can see how many people selected each option, and the game just goes on and on with more and more questions. And while it sounds simple, a lot of these questions often pose moral questions, or some of them are just funny, but almost all of them are really tough calls. So it's a game that makes you really have to think, and it's a fun game, I think, for Let's Play. It's one of my favorite YouTubers. Boogie2988 did a Let's Play on this, and a lot of people enjoyed watching him, so I thought I'd try it out on my channel and see how it went. Alright, so the first question: would you rather not be able to taste or not be able to smell if you had to choose? I think for me, this is a pretty straightforward one, because taste, I think, I think I would definitely go with smell, because while being able to taste stuff is awesome, myself, I've lost a lot of weight over this past year, and I've kind of learned to treat food more as fuel for my body as opposed to a pleasure source. So for me, smell will just have a lot more practicality. Yeah, it would suck to not be able to taste food, but I think smell has a lot more practical uses. Say you see there's gasoline burning somewhere. I mean, not being able to smell that might be a danger to you, right? Not say something's wrong with your engine, or say something's wrong with something in your home. Often smells can alert you to emergency situations, whereas taste is just simply kind of a pleasure source. I don't know that taste is nearly as important as smell. So yeah, I would go with smell. Not be able to. I'm sorry. Oops, I clicked the wrong one. Well, I meant to click not be able to taste, but it looks like most people disagreed with me. Actually, most people would rather be able to taste, which I guess makes sense. Most people are obese in America. Shots. All right. Would you rather stare at the sun for 2 minutes or drink a liter of scalding water? I think that means scalding. I think that means really hot. From what I know, staring at the sun can make you go blind if you do it for long enough. And I just remember when I was little, I used to stare at the sun just for brief periods of time, like when I was in kindergarten, first grade, because I remember the teacher always telling us not to stare at the sun when I was little. And of course, when when you're 6, 7 years old and someone tells you not to do it, you want to do it. And I just remember staring at it for not very long, just for brief periods of time, and just having like spots in my eyes. So I would think staring at the sun for 2 minutes, that might be bad for your, it's only 2 minutes though. I wouldn't think that would cause any permanent damage. Whereas drinking a liter of scalding water, if we're talking like really hot boiling water, that could cause some serious, stomach issues. You could tear up the lining of your esophagus. I think that 2 minutes is something, I don't think that would make you go blind. I don't think that's long enough. So I would probably rather stare at the sun. And it looks like most people agreed with me. All right, next question. Would you rather constantly stumble while walking or constantly stutter while speaking? Definitely, I would rather constantly stutter when speaking, because walking is just way more critical than being able to talk. Even if you're stuttering when you're speaking, people will still be able to understand you, I would imagine. Whereas if you're constantly stumbling when you're walking, that cuts off all kinds of things. Like you can't hike or play basketball or do anything like that. So yeah, definitely I would rather be a stutterer. That's weird that most people didn't agree with me. I'm surprised. Okay, would you rather castrate a lamb using only your teeth or wrestle a territorial 8-foot alligator by diving on its back? Castrate. That would be disgusting, but it doesn't involve me getting killed. So I think by default I have to go with castrating a lamb with my teeth, because I don't think wrestling an alligator would go too well for me. Wow, most people would rather die. Okay then. Would you rather never be able to touch anyone again or never be able to talk to anyone again? Oh man, that's tough, but I think I would go with never being able to touch anyone again, because I assume if you couldn't talk, you would never meet anyone to touch anyways. So yeah, I would go with that. Like, how you gonna meet a girl if you can't even talk? I guess you can meet another mute girl. Oops. Okay. Would you rather be rich but a stupid footballer, or be a genius but a poor scientist? You know, years ago in college, I probably would have immediately picked be a genius but poor scientist. But to be honest, I think that ignorance can be bliss. Some of the happiest people, I think, in this world are people that aren't very smart. When you're not that smart, you don't have, you tend not to worry as much. At least that's been my experience. So, on top of being, stupid, which may not necessarily be a bad thing, you would be rich. So you might be a stupid football player, but you'd be probably so happy because you would be playing football. I assume playing football for a living, and you would be rich on top of that. So yeah, I would probably be rich but stupid. I mean, if you're already playing football and you're already rich, you really don't need to be smart. Yeah, I'd imagine the life of a poor but genius scientist would be very frustrating and probably involve very little in terms of women. Okay, would you rather be unable to survive without eating something every hour, be unable to taste anything for the rest of your life? Well, that's simple. I mean, again, like I talked about earlier, losing taste would suck, but there's no way you could actually survive. Wait, this blue option, be unable to survive without eating something every hour. There's no, how does that work? Because you have to sleep, right? So you would have to wake yourself up every hour just to stay alive. I don't think that would ever work. Like you would, like I don't think you could practically do that. You would go insane from lack of sleep. So yeah, I think this one's really easy. I'd much rather be unable to taste anything. Geez, 62%. That's crazy. People really like their food. All right. Would you rather never shave ever again, or never cut your finger toenails ever again? Probably never. Well, if I never shave, I could never grow a beard, right? I assume. Or does this mean just kind of have like mental control over your beard, so you don't have to shave unless you want to? So like if I wanted to grow a beard, I could choose to, but if I didn't want to, I could flip a switch in my brain and have it not grow. I'm gonna assume this means that I couldn't grow a beard, so I'm gonna go with never. Well, yeah, I don't really care about a beard that much. I would probably say, this one's hard. Okay, I'm gonna go with never cut your finger toenails because I like having a beard. So yeah. I know I just said I assumed that it wouldn't affect that, but okay, would I rather be captured by a wild tribe in the jungle or be captured by pirates at sea? It doesn't really matter, to be honest. I think I would go with be captured by a wild tribe in the jungle just because I would have a chance to escape because I would be on land. Whereas if I got captured by pirates at sea, I would be screwed. There would be no getting away because I'd be on a ship in the middle of the ocean. So yeah, definitely tribe in the jungle. Would I rather be Matt Damon or Ben Affleck? It's kind of hard to choose. They're both really successful Hollywood stars. I think I guess I would go with Matt Damon because he's been the more successful of the two. I mean, he's definitely had more movies. I guess Ben Affleck is Batman now, but I think Matt Damon's considered the better actor and has probably been more successful overall. So yeah, I'm going to go with Matt Damon. Okay, would I rather sport a keychain nipple ring or have a wardrobe that is made up of outfits worn by Scooby-Doo characters? Okay, I assume that if I had a keychain nipple ring, I would be able to like wear a shirt over it and cover it up. Whereas if I had a wardrobe that was made up of Scooby-Doo outfits, I would never be able to like go anywhere without getting like ridiculed. I would never be able to get a job. So yeah. Okay, would I rather fight the entire Smurf village or fight the full collection of Care Bears? I mean, you know what? Oh, that's easy. That's easy. Smurfs are tiny. I could take them. I don't know how big a Care Bear is. I assume well, even if it's the size of like a normal, like a normal bear cub and not a full-size bear. That would still be a lot more intimidating fighting Smurfs. So yeah, I would rather fight the Smurfs just because they're a lot littler. Okay, would I rather fight a wolf with my bare hands or fight a large bear with a sword? Yeah, well, I guess I would rather go with large bear with a sword just because I think both animals are like equally intimidating in their own ways. Bears, of course, are a lot bigger, but wolves, I would imagine, now don't quote me on this, I would imagine wolves are faster. And I think wolves are smarter, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I think I just have to go with bear because I would have a sword, so I think automatically I would have a better chance against the creature than against a wolf without a sword. So yeah, I'd rather have the sword. Okay, would I rather eat a pine cone or eat an acorn? I mean, who cares? There's like, I guess, I guess pine cone because pine cones are, I could break it into little pieces, whereas an acorn is more of a solid shell. I think pine cone being softer and something you'd crunch up would probably digest a lot easier than an acorn. Assuming you have to eat the whole acorn and not just the inside of it. Yeah, I'd rather go with the pine cone. Okay, if you only had one knife, would you rather? What would you spread first? Would you rather wait? Oh, if I only had one knife, what would you spread first? I don't understand this question because you'd want to spread both of them, make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. But I've always spread jelly first when I make a PB&J because if you spread the peanut butter first, it gets stuck on the knife and it's a lot harder to clean off. Whereas you do the jelly first, it's really easy to clean off. You can just wipe it with a paper towel real quick or just run some water over it and the knife will clean right out. Whereas peanut butter will stick to the knife, so you kind of have to scrub it more. So yeah, definitely jelly first. Would I rather be an only child or have one parent? So would I rather be an only child with two parents or not be an only child and only have one parent? So would I rather have more parents or more brothers and sisters? I think I would rather I think I would rather have more brothers and sisters because conceptually your brothers and sisters will be around longer than your parents because your brother and sister of course will be like 20 at least like 20 years younger than your parents. So well, depending on what time they had you, but let's say they have you at what do most people have kids like 28? I would imagine something like that. So if I had more brothers and sisters, that would be 28 more years theoretically that I could spend with them before we all die. So I guess I would rather have more brothers and sisters. Plus, as someone who had a brother growing up, like being an only child, I couldn't imagine growing up like that. Like my brother and sister were like vital to me growing up. And yes, only having one parent would suck, but I think overall I would spend more time with my brothers and sisters anyways because my parents, of course, be always working, especially if there's only one parent. Okay, would I rather play real life Minecraft or real life Mario Kart? I can play real life Minecraft. I can get a construction job. What? Yeah, real life. Well, I guess I could play real life Mario Kart too. I could go to the go-kart arena. I guess Mario Kart, it just sounds like more fun, I guess. It would be more, yeah, it would definitely be way more fun to drive go-karts than to build crap. Yeah, definitely. Okay, would I rather listen to one great song per week or listen to as much music as you want? And I think there's the coding screwed up for this question. Okay, and I think that probably means as much like crappy music as I want. So do I want to listen to a lot of EM music or just one great song per week? You know what? I would probably pick one great song per week just because I don't listen to music too much anymore. I spend most of my time listening to like the news or watching YouTube or listening to podcasts. And if it was crappy music, I wouldn't enjoy it anyways. So may as well have one great song. Okay, would I rather live in Boston or New York City? I've been to New York a few times. I've never been to Boston. So it's hard for me to say, but I don't know. I guess New York City. But again, I can't really answer the question because I haven't been to Boston. Would I rather be a character on Lost or be a character on Heroes? Oh, that's easy. Heroes. I would have superpower. Duh. That's easy. Whereas if I was lost, I'd be on a freaking island where people are trying to kill me. I guess if I was on Heroes, though, it would have, what's his name? Spock from the new Star Trek movies trying to kill me. What's that actor's name? I don't remember. But whatever. Whatever, there be John Lennon or Paul McCartney. I'm going to go with Paul McCartney because I play bass myself. So I would rather be the bass player. I would much rather not get shot like John Lennon did. So yeah. Okay, would I rather have an uncomfortable itch that attacks at sporadic times or always have chapped lips? Oh, definitely, I think definitely itch, because sometimes scratching an itch can be like really pleasurable actually. Whereas if I had chapped lips all the time, it would be just pain constantly. Or at least, even if it was really annoying, like really aggravating and kind of painful itching, at least it would only be sporadically. Whereas chapped lips can be, man, they can be unbearable. Like if you have really, really bad chapped lips, it can actually be really painful. Yeah. So yeah, I'm going to go with this one. Okay, guys, that's going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please comment below, subscribe to see my future videos, all that stuff. Guys, please comment. Just let me know what you think of this. If you want to see more of this, I would love to hear your opinions. And if you want to spout out on the comments and list your answers to these questions, please do it. I'd be interested in reading. So that's going to be it for today. Hope you enjoyed. Have a good one.